Okay, so today is the first time that I'm doing this. I want to put some makeup on just for the fun of it. There is no end goal in mind. I just want to have fun with the things that I have that I'm going to bring with me onto my cruise ship. So I thought this would be a good time to maybe just like free form talk about some gratitude that I've had being home for the last few months, and I'm about to jump onto a cruise ship, or into rehearsals, I guess, for a cruise ship. So life is changing. I just want to kind of take a moment, and one of my favorite things to do to turn my brain off is do makeup. And so I'm going to do that. This video is going to be a longer one, so go ahead and just grab a snack, put me on your car. It's like podcast time, but also like watch if you're interested in the makeup part. Let's get into it. It's been months since I've done makeup. The last time I really went into it was on my ship when I left my last contract, which was October. And it's March now, so it's been quite a few months. And I miss it. Like, I love doing makeup. I love the process of just doing makeup and things like that. So I wanted to get back to it. And it is one of the things that I want to be one of my core values on this channel is doing makeup. My contract finished in October, like I said, and I was meant to go home to Houston for a little while, which I did. And then I was meant to go to New York City for a little while, meaning most of the holiday season, and I had a temporary job. I work for a temporary agency. They hired me to do like reception work mostly. I would like babysit front desk while people took their vacation. So I was meant to do that for a company for the months of November through December. And my mom had like a little health scare, and so I had to come back home. It was scary to be in New York while it was happening here in Houston, and I'm so grateful that I am a little clown for a living and like don't have a job where I have to be somewhere at all times. Like I dropped the temp job as quickly and as easily as I could, and I was able to come home, and that was great. It was just like what needed to happen for so many reasons. Like obviously to be there for my mom, I needed to come home and help her get back to herself, which she is more than back to herself. She's even better than I would say. I would say she's better than before. Honestly, she's like living and thriving, totally fine, like has a clean bill of health. Everything is A-okay in the hood. I love my mom. She's one of the strongest people I know in this world. I came home, got to spend some time with my mom, some good quality time. Got to see some extended family. I got to meet my nephew for the first time. My brother and my sister-in-law have a now like 18 months, I want to say, almost 2. And I got to meet him. His name is Levi. He's adorable. I love him. And he has the same star sign as me, so he's a Cancer. And so we get compared a lot at his young age. And I do see myself in him. And we see each other. It's a very good relationship that I have with that little nugget of a human being. And if you're any of my close friends, I've sent you pictures. I think I've probably posted on my Instagram as well. I probably shouldn't do that because he's like a kid, like a baby, and we're not supposed to post babies, right? Is that a thing? So family has been great. Getting to see my brother as well. I haven't been home, I guess for context here. I haven't been home. Can we just take a moment? I'm gonna take a moment of silence here. This looks good to me, right? So, okay, quick little makeup thing. I have this going on with my eye where it kind of goes down, but then right after that it goes out, and that's where I like the eyebrow to end. But this eyebrow naturally arches, and so I follow that, and then I let this one be what it is. And then they end up looking similar-ish, like enough. So it's been great having my family here, and it's been good for me to recharge as well, because the last time I was home was... I actually can't remember. It was maybe 2022. Yeah, I think 2022 was the last time I was home. So it's been a very long time because whenever I wasn't on a ship, I would go back to New York and try to make that work. And yeah, I never had time, and I never had the money to justify flying home and flying back to New York and things like that. It's been a great time seeing people, and my extended family, everyone is like, oh my god, it's so good to see you, and then they immediately like make a comment about my weight, and we love when that happens. Love you all, family. Big hearts, my big family. I'm going to powder the brows now. I do this specifically for stage, but also I think if I was a person that did makeup in real life, I'd probably do this on in like real life as well. But I'm just gonna show you, I'm basically showing you like what I would do on the ship, I think. I want to like test this on the ship this year because I'm going back to a ship that I've done before. So I have a lot of free time in theory, and I want to use that time to work myself into the ground. Another thing about my like sweat-proof journey, waterproof makeup, all this, like the reason I like set my brows and things like this is I did a show called Kinky Boots, as I've said at least 7 times on this channel. If you are new here, it is a musical about drag queens, and I got to play the main drag queen. And that main drag queen goes in and out of drag throughout the show. So throughout the 2 hours, I'm in 4 different versions of makeup, basically. So I'm a very, very sweaty gal. And to keep everything in place, I would work in layers of like doing the pencil, I would do powder, and then I would do, I would go over the over the powder with more pencil, and then I would use a setting spray. So I'll do that today as well, just because I'm going to do a little more full out makeup. On the ship, I try to like not do as hard, full face, whatever, makeup as I'm about to do tonight. And so I try to do that just to keep it a little more boy, which is so LOL because like, look at me on stage, like even like in the front row, sometimes I've been sent videos of me and it just looks like I just look like clean skin on stage, and that's kind of what I go for. I do a lot of work to get there, but I really just go for like clean skin. I'm doing the thing where I'm talking and I'm trying to like multitask and also try not to do this. Unless they want to sponsor me, then I can do this for a whole video. Hi, you know, this is Trixie Cosmetics. If you'd like to sponsor me, I will hold this mirror up for a whole 2 hours, as long as there's a good paycheck involved. I've done this makeup, like I said, since I have started ships. Basically, I mean, my first ship contract we don't really count because that was pre-pandemic, and that is a whole different version of myself. I feel like I've grown up in so many ways over the pandemic and past. Okay, here's something new I want to try. I have this little palette. This is once again from Trixie Cosmetics. Guys, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and Trixie has like 1,000 videos per week. So like, of course, I end up buying things. Like I'm that consumer that would watch the QVC and be like, maybe I should give them a call and see like what they got going on, you know? I used to have a mixing palette like this, but I lost it, or I don't know where it is. I just saw this when I was getting some stuff from Beauty Bay, and I'm gonna prime my eyes with this Danessa Myricks thing. Color Fix, yeah, Color Fix, and this is the nudes version. I'm gonna take out this one, and ideally I'm gonna use them as like a base, I think, on my eyelids, and then we can do some other like powder reinforcement. I got it. Okay, slay. So my idea and my theory is to squirt on squirt, so I don't squirt all over my face and use too much of it. I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna kind of go, I'm gonna be really lazy actually and just use this. I'm gonna place it all over my eyelid, like so. Wow, is that a good shade match or what? I used just a little bit of this, so I'm gonna go on the other side and do the same thing. I don't really know if this is like, like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing right now, because the primer potion I would use before is all clear, so I would just put that over everything. But this, since it has a little bit of pigment, I was like, oh, maybe I should use it to like sharpen up my brow as well. I look really pretty over here. I will say that gave me a little jump scare of how pretty I looked. But this is a really good shade match for me. I'm very proud of that because I did this online. This is, if you're curious, this is nude number 7 from Miss Danessa Myricks Color Fix, and it's like drying down really matte, which I think is gonna work. Yes, so I have been thinking about my career and what I want to do. And one of my big goals for this next year, meaning 2026, is I want to come back to land work, and I want to really put my both my feet into auditioning and like really mean it this time. And so that comes in a lot of forms of different, like I'll need a lot of things to be in place in order for that to happen. One of them being I need to update my like internet presence, I guess, as an actor and not as like I'm having fun. So I want my Instagram, my TikTok, and my YouTube to stay as they are kind of now. Just I want more like singing things is what I'm gonna work on in terms of my TikTok and Instagram specifically. I want to do more me singing songs that I like to sing, and also that are kind of things that like shows that I would like to be in, but not like in a way of like cast me, and just like way of like it's helping me practice, and also like putting them out there has this higher stakes of just like me practicing, if that makes sense. Like if I know that I'm going to be posting it somewhere, then obviously like the stakes are a little bit higher, and so it kind of kills two birds with one stone, because it's like prepping me for when I get called in, and then it's also like helping my like internet. It's a whole thing that I've journaled about for years. So I'm gonna do that. I'm updating my resume, and I'm updating my vocal reel, which for non-actors is the thing you just like send to casting directors and things so that they can see who you are and like what you give, what you bring to the table, yada yada yada. So yeah, we're working on things like that, because I want to do theater again. I've done cruise ships now for the last 5 years, basically, with the only projects in between being Kinky Boots. Oh no, I did Beautiful. I did Beautiful in between as well, but they're both shows that I'd already been kind of in the rooms for. So I want to do something new, you know? I want to do something out of my comfort zone, to be frank. I think I just want to do that, and I want to make that my focus, and whatever ends up coming of that is, you know, it is what it is. But I think if I have a solid goal, then that is gonna do so much more for me than if I just am like, I want to go to a city, I want to go to a Big Apple, I want to do something. So I think it's good to have. Okay, so great. That gives a lot of stuff, a lot of mispigment, you know, and I probably should have maybe used a different brush, and I also probably shouldn't have gone that far into my eye. Look at that though, isn't that fun? So maybe, pivoting here, maybe we're gonna do a smoky eye or something, I don't know. Let's go to this side and not have a panic attack, because holy moly. But that's great. This is, once again, I think this is a good color. I think I actually should have mixed some of the other one, which is why I had the same brush. I was gonna mix, and then I was like, you know what, let's see what it looks like, because it didn't look that dark, but I think I had a little moment of a lapse of judgment there, so I'm just gonna repeat the same thing over here. Hee. Nothing's wrong. Everything's cool. It's actually gonna look great. I think that's gonna look great. Honestly, like, not even joking anymore, it's gonna look great. I've done worse. But this is gonna be great. Okay, but do you see what I mean by the shape? It's like, this is obviously very graphic, and I'm also not used to using creams for eyeshadow, so this is very harsh, but usually we'll see how I can blend this out. Hopefully, I'm actually gonna start now before I have. But in theory, this all is like smooth and blended out. Oh no, it's that movie! Okay, I'm back. I just took a little break. I decided I'm gonna put the creams down because that actually scared me so much. I love this, what's happening right now. I just want to add more of powders to it because I'm used to powders. My theater goals are those. Like I said, I want to do more land theater, more gigs on land. And it feels so like woo-woo, pipe dreamy, college boy, just graduating sort of deal, but I do want to be on Broadway. Like, that's always kind of been like the plan. And I really feel this year especially that I am more than prepared to do that. I've always kind of felt that I was like ready to go, but like this year especially, I feel like I've seen things in me that I feel good showing others, I should say. That feels like the best way of saying that. Like, I feel very confident in myself in a good way, in a very not cocky way. So I feel like I'm prepared in a way that I haven't been before for Broadway. That being said, Broadway when I'm like writing the goal of like be on Broadway in 2026, for me, yes, obviously the physical location of Broadway in New York City is where I want to be. However, if there's a national tour that asks me to be a principal, I'm gonna say yes. If there's like a really, really big regional theater that like, has a longer contract, I'm not too into the short contracts, but like, if there's like that sort of deal, then I'm gonna say yes. Like, things, I want to be working on land in a way that's like paying my bills or enough for me to like justify the extreme rent that is New York City. I want to do things that are helping me do that don't require me to like jump on a ship and be gone for 8 months, 10 months this year at a time. That's kind of like been my like big vision goal for 2026. Now, 2025 is obviously right now, so I'm just trying to make sure that I do the best that I can to make sure that I'm ready. And that involves me updating my little online things, like I said, and also it's going to take me like knowing what's happening on Broadway so that I can know what I'm supposed to be looking at for myself. Like I need to be, this is going to be so dark and smoky, but I'm actually kind of living. This is not going to be what I do on stage. I mean, maybe it is this year. Maybe that's actually what we're going for. But it's like so much darker than I'm used to, which I kind of live for. But I don't know if that's like me just being a little... Yeah, I want to know what's going on Broadway because like there are these shows. So Kinky Boots obviously was like a dream role of mine, and Beautiful was a show that I knew about. So I've done those shows, but I knew about them before and like kind of like prepared myself so that when I went into the room, I wasn't walking in blind. I was very much like, I know what the characters that I am being called in for give. And so I want to make sure that I'm as aware right now of what's happening on Broadway. Like I know that there is the big ones, obviously, like there's like the Lion King and the Hamilton. Those are not going anywhere. And those are both like roles that I could see myself playing, like a Simba or like a... I actually don't... Here's the thing. I want to say this about Hamilton with all the love in my heart. My best friend is literally Alexander Hamilton right now. I love that show. Never seen it. I think it's so cool. Never seen it. I love the cast album. Never seen it. I just like would love to one day watch the show. And then I think I would have a better sense of who I need to be like looking at for me, because people tell me, and I don't know if this is like a, because I'm black, but people are like, oh, you'd be really good in Hamilton. And I'm like, oh, great. As who? So I don't know. Maybe that's one of the shows that I need to take some time and research a little more and like listen to the cast album as a potential job instead of like as like just a thing that I love to turn on and like bop to, which I haven't done in years, but I did love that cast album. So yeah, so Hamilton, Lion King, those are the big tickets obviously that like are there and that will be there, and so I know that those are auditions that I will be going to. So I also saw Death Becomes Her when I was in New York for about a week, and oh my goodness gracious, that is something that I would like die to be in. Yeah, I feel very connected to Death Becomes Her. There is a track in there, if you've seen the show, it's like Michelle Williams' assistant basically is like their tease, and they're sexy and they're hot and they have a different body than I have currently, a body that I can see myself having actually in this year. I don't feel like it's foreign to have, and this brings me to my next thing of like I need to be as prepared as possible for next year. This is almost like a dated kind of term in the theater world now with like body positivity and everything, which I love. But when I was in school, there was very much this like Broadway body, like you must look a certain way in order to get these jobs. This eyeshadow looks crazy. You have to like keep your body in like tip-top shape at all times, and like there is a certain body type that like you need to be if you want to be on Broadway, was basically the messaging. And while that has gone away, I want to say, and I mean, we could even do some more like digging into like how far that's gone away and like why it hasn't really moved as much as it should have at this point. I do think that for me, there is a world where that comes into play. Like the way that I look does get me jobs. And so I have been a little bit out of that shape over the last few years. And so I really want to focus on getting back to that, to be healthy primarily, but also like I do think it's just going to help me. Like not even in terms of like, oh, someone's going to look at me and be like, oh my God, they're hot, like put them in the room. It's like, it's going to help me feel better in the rooms, I think, because the last time I've been in like dance calls, like at my current weight, it just did not feel good for me. And so then I did not deliver the way that I can deliver. So I want to just like kind of like make sure that I'm doing all that I can do in that area as well, so that I can be successful in the rooms and like do the things that I want to do. And that is going to take time, but I'm glad that I have this year to do that. Okay, so checking in here. This is like cool. I think it's fun. It's cool toned also, literally like in terms of cool. I kind of don't really know what I'm looking at, but I think it's something, and I think I'm going to move on from it as well. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to do eyeliner and mascara. So on the ship, when I'm doing this makeup, I am doing the eyeshadow, I'm doing the eyebrows, I'm doing eyeliner, and then I'm doing mascara, and then I set. and then I go into my skin. So I'm gonna mimic that today, just to keep things consistent. Not mascara. Did I say mascara? I don't think I said it with mascara. So, moving on from being on Broadway, my other goals that like formed from being home for so long was I want to do YouTube. I want to do it with the idea that eventually this can be a source of income for me so that I can have fun and do my little performing jobs whenever I want to do them. And so with that in mind, I wanted to take this year as a time to get comfortable on YouTube and like to do stuff like this. Like I want to just like have a safe space, if you will, because I don't have that many subscribers right now. And that's not a complaint. That's actually a very good thing. Like I'm glad that I'm starting not after like a viral TikTok or anything. Like I'm actually glad that no one's watching yet, because it allows me to get as comfortable as possible with my little introverted, nervous, overthinking self to be able to craft and like finesse the way that I want this channel to look, so that when there are more people knocking at the door, I have something to offer them. You know, that was crazy. I just did this eyeliner as I was talking to you. So yeah, so that's another goal I just want to keep working on. And I talk about this in like another video about my resolutions for this year, but I just want to make sure that I am consistent with posting these long form videos, and then I can do my shorts and like other things as well to like kind of balance out like whenever I run into like time constraints and things like that. Like I'm about to go into rehearsal, so who knows how that's gonna turn out for me, but I do want to just at least like have the base set of like consistent posting. Oh, this one's going much worse. And that is just going to take time as well. It's the same thing as like the physical, my body. Like it's just a thing that I have to remind myself every day to work on. And then when it becomes comfortable, it becomes more fun, like fitness and like eating healthy. I had to take a quick break. I just put more shadow in there. Just gonna let that be what it is. I'm going to start my skin makeup, I think. I think that's where we should go next from here. Is it too late, you know? I don't know. This is the palette I'm meant to bring on the ship with me, and I like want to use this exclusively because it's so big and it has so many things in it. But this is going fine. It's just darker. I don't think I need to be this dark on that cruise ship stage. We're going to prime. We're gonna use this one and hope for the best. And then I'm gonna use a different primer on top of this one that is one of my like stage proof shebang bangs that I like to do, but it just keeps everything like matte. This primer kind of does that as well, but specifically the Nessa Myrix one just keeps everything matte. We're not talking about makeup. This is not the point of this video. Anyway, back to whatever I'm talking about. I'm so excited to go back to ships. Let's go there. I'm excited to go back to ships. I don't know, I'm so excited to perform again and like create things. I think being home really just made me not take anything for granted, and it also reinvigorated the spark that I have for like performing. Like I love to do this stuff, and so I'm just so excited to get back to it. I did my first contract twice, my first ship twice, and I did my second ship twice, and now this is my third ship, and so I'm doing it twice. So it's technically my sixth contract, but I've done the same shows. And that's so cool that I've done that every time. Like, I think that's kind of lit, because it gives me another chance to, like, step away and then come back and, like, bring all these new colors to my songs and to, like, the stories that I'm telling. And I don't know, I just feel wiser when I come back. This is Denizimetics, so I'm just gonna use this to, like, start the concealing process / like, cover my face, basically. I think it's gonna be great to just, like, come back and really, really give these shows a fresh breath of air. I gotta be honest, I do think I have kind of reached the end of ships, I think, in terms of like, specifically I think with the company that I work with, Celebrity, I've given all that I can give, if that makes sense. Like, nothing bad has happened, and I think the company is actually, I mean, they've gotten much better since when I first got there, honestly. They've improved a lot in terms of like the behind the scenes things that we had to go through. There's still some things that I would love to see improved, but you know, time will only tell. But anyway, I think in terms of me, I've had a good time, and I've learned, and I've grown, and I've done like a lot of cool things with the company. But that being said, it feels like I am a senior in high school. Like it feels like I'm helping people come into the ships and like helping them like learn the ways of the ship, and like in terms of the shows, like people have asked me to like help them with their material in the show, which is not like one, it's not like a people have asked me for my help, but it's also not a like I don't mind. I like helping people and I want a good product in the show. So if you're in a cast with me and you want to make something better, I'm gonna help you. But it just, yeah, it feels very like I'm helping a new generation come in and now it's their turn to do the job, you know? So with that being said, I feel like I just need to move on, and that's why I think my big vision board 2026 is like go back to the city and see what else is out there and kind of get back into that world. This brush is so big. The parts of ships that I did not like before that I love now are the familiarity of everyone. It's kind of just like, hey, what's up, dude? Like if you treat it as like a good thing, it can be a good thing. Like going to the gym, having the little routine that I think I have. It's like saying hi to the same people that go to the gym at the same time that you go to the gym, and like eating in the restaurants with the people that like are always there at the same time as you. Just little things like that are so cute, I think, and like make me happy, I think. So I just want to keep like leaning into those things while I have the chance, and then I think it just like will create a more fun all-around experience for me, because that has been the biggest thing over this contract and my contract before. I just have like really leaned into like, let's have fun and let's not think about how things are like could be better, or like what rules like shouldn't be rules, and how the outside world is doing right now, like things like that. It's just like there are so many, I mean, especially now, there's so many things happening that I am kind of thankful for the little opportunity to like run away. And obviously like it's temporary, like I'm gonna have to come back and my family lives here and stuff, so like obviously like I'm gonna have to eventually deal with the politics of it all. For now, it's kind of like a nice little escape. And then also it gives me sun. I love sun. I love European sun specifically because, wow, is that crazy? It's like so harsh. But all the places we go to are so hot and so sunny. And while I do sweat like a sinner in church within like seconds of walking off the ship, I love it so much. And the food is so good, and like just like getting to be near water at all times really is good for my soul, and it's been so good for these last few years. So I think I just should like continue on that path, but then also like I never want to overstay my welcome. Like I never want to do something to the point that it's like, yeah, like I'm past my prime. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get past my prime, and so I won't. So I'm gonna dip out next year while I can, and then we'll see what the next year holds, and then I can always go back to ships as well. That's the thing, like I can always kind of run back whenever I need to go back to ships. But I think I've done it. I think I've like gotten to that point of, I don't know, that's it. That's all I can think of. I'm gonna do a little bit of like, I want like concealer on top of this, I think. So we're going here, we're bringing it out to the center, and then I'll take this down my nose as well. I want to just kind of cover up that little area of my under eye. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, guys. Is that okay? I don't really know what I'm doing. I've like made this more foreign for myself by using brushes. I use a sponge for like all of this. So we've already done like so many things that like I'm not used to, and then on top of that I was like, hey, let's change it up even more. We're gonna call that blended enough, I think. I'm also getting kind of tired, not gonna lie. I think this palette's a little too light for me. I'm realizing as we're in real time going here. Because this is my foundation shade. Giving. It's like, I thought it was too light at first, like not pigmented enough, so I was trying to like dip, but yeah, that first one was too light, and this is now the deepest one in the palette. And this is my foundation. Which is fine. Should have thought. I thought online. I was doing a good color matching, and I guess I was not. And that's okay. That happens. I can still use it. It's like baby powder. I can still use this, like, if I wanted foundation, obviously. This is great. I don't have foundation that I use, so actually I may probably... I mean, I'm still gonna take it because there's, like, the blush side as well. But I hope that the blush is not too crazy looking. Still fits. It's like... I hate that I did that, sorry. It's my neck color, which is what I was trying to show you. My 40 million chins. Yeah, this really smells like baby powder. So interesting. Oh, see there, it's giving bronze. Or did I just rub everything away? Yeah, I think that's actually kind of cute. It's kind of Zerry. I think I just rubbed away a product is what I just did. Anyway, that's fine. We'll figure it out. I think that's done. That's great. I have such a different face right now, so I'm dealing with that. But in terms of this product, this is great. And I think it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's like a little berry. It's like strawberry almost. You see that? Just looks like, I feel like, yeah, this is like what I would look like if I blushed, almost. I mean, obviously very extreme and unblended right now, but once blended in, I think that gets like me, you know? I did go crazy a little bit with this, I will say. Yeah, wow, that's something. I think this is all looking good. I have no idea, you guys. This lighting isn't my best attempt, but it was an attempt, and so we're gonna have to go with it, but I don't really know what I look like. If we're being honest. What am I grateful for? Okay, let's go down the list. I'm grateful for my family, for this time being home, getting to see them. Grateful for my mom's full recovery. That's a big one. I'm so grateful for friendships that are in Houston and that are abroad, like my friends on ships that I've met over the years, and my friends from college that live in New York City now that I don't get to see all the time, my friends who are pregnant and gonna have kids. Like, I'm just so thankful for this big network of people that I know and can like call at any time that I need them, and I can be trusted for them to call on me whenever they need it. Like, it's a good system that a good system of friends, a good network of friends that I have. So I'm very thankful for those. Grateful for my extended family that I got to see over the holidays. I'm grateful for books. I love a book, and I've read quite a few. There's a video about it if you want to hear about what books I read last year. But I do love books, and I've read quite a bit this year. I am thankful for video games as well, for the Switch. I love playing that stuff. I'm using a powder buff right now to blend a little more, because I remember saying that I wanted to try this. I'm just gonna put a bunch of powders on, and then we're gonna hope for the best. And then I'm gonna filter the crap out of the picture for a thumbnail. Not an expert. I had to go into the bathroom and have a talk with myself. This makeup is not turning out the way that I want it to, and that's okay. And that was the pep talk I gave myself. It looked not good. I look like I don't know what I'm talking about. And maybe that's what I'm learning, is that I don't actually know what I'm talking about in makeup. And so I want this year to be a year of growth. It doesn't look good, you guys. Let's keep talking about my gratitude while I'm here. I'm grateful for makeup, since we're on the subject. I'm grateful for the passion that I found in doing this. Like, I did not know that this existed inside of me, and I'm so glad that I found it over the last 4, 5, 6, almost 7 years, I guess. When I started Kinky Boots is when I really dove into how much I like doing this stuff, and I like watching other people do this stuff on YouTube, which is how I became this monster that you see in front of you today. I would just sit and watch YouTube videos of makeup tutorials and just people doing their makeup and talking. I watched that all through tour on Kinky Boots because I was a swing. So most nights, well, I don't know about most nights, but there were nights where I was not doing anything. And especially once I got comfortable with my tracks and with the show flow, and there's a way to be alert and you can still kind of like watch a YouTube video. So I would do that in the corner. And it really, it started as like I want to get better at makeup, so I should watch these people do it. But then it just became this thing that I love. And I think that's why I want to do it, to provide that for someone else. Like I want someone else to be able to have their comfort channel in me. And so yeah, so that's my hope with that going forward. But we'll see how, you know, it evolves, because things change and yada yada yada. Yeah, so I do love doing makeup, contrary to like how this is obviously going. And I want to do like some series, I think, on my channel throughout the year to give me, you know, like to keep me with ideas basically. So I think that one way I can do that is by having series. And so I would love to like take, through the lens of makeup, take a look back at some of my favorite like contract looks or whatever. Like I want to do like a stage makeup for like a beginner stage makeup, what I should have learned in college, which once again, obviously this is not a good representation of that, because I think I learned a lot in college based on this makeup look. We had one semester of stage makeup in college and I loved it, but it definitely was not enough to me, like enough education on what needs to happen in terms of the face on stage for male presenting and for female presenting. I feel like you all just kind of, everyone just kind of shows up and like does their thing and they're like, okay. So I would like to do a little series about that, and I want to one day get the Benai Basics kit in stage makeup, you know, the one that all theater kids have to wear. It's like that little cardboard box that they give you. I want to get that one day. Did that blush do anything, guys? And I want to use it, and I want to use it the way that I know how to do makeup now, but like, you know, like using that tool. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, looking at this now, it is kind of giving goth, you know? I don't want to do anymore. This is mascara. Can you tell? Let me just whack on the most minimal amount of this. I would do many more coats of this on the ship, but I actually can't even keep my eyes open long enough to like do that, because I have to clean this all off my face before I go to bed. So, little highlighter. I'm not going to do anything else to my eyes. So that's what those look like. This would be really cool with the lash. And also like glitter. I love the makeup that I have also. Can I just say that? Is that okay? I have so many great little things that I've collected that really come in handy and that I've grown to love. Do you see that? Can you see any of that? Beautiful. And I think it looks so pretty. Guys, I don't know what this video is. I don't know what we're doing, if anyone is even still here watching, or am I alone in a room talking to myself? Oh my gosh, we've learned so much, you guys. This has been a lesson for me in terms of I need to do this more, actually. I think the only answer to make this better is me doing this constantly. Perfect. Did you see any of that? I just put brown on the outside of my lips. That's basically it. And I put lip gloss on. Okay. In those final minutes, my battery's gonna die. I don't wanna torture you or me any longer. So we're gonna cut it off here. That's where we're gonna leave it today. This is like a rough draft of a video, but I'm going to post it still because I feel like it's worth it for me to learn from this and also just have it out there, because it's not bad. It's not perfect, my face, and also this video process that I just did today. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. And I think there is something to be said for me trying. I was very brave doing this, and I think that should be applauded, and I think that also that should be subscribed to. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. There is a bell next to that button that you can press, and that will let you know every single time that I post, as frequently as they are going to happen. You can like this video if you like seeing a struggle happen, if you like witty banter, and if you like me staring off into this monitor for hours. You can go ahead and give this video a like and comment something. Tell me I'm pretty. I don't know, where are you from? What are you drinking tonight? Let me know. But that's where I think we're gonna leave it. I don't even know, guys. If you want to watch other videos that are more structured, you can do so here. in this area. They're gonna be there for you. They're not like this. This was a little too chaotic for me, so enjoy structure.